We are accustomed to thinking of time as a straight, endless river, a one-way street flowing steadily from the past, straight into the future. But what if our understanding of reality is fundamentally flawed? What if time isn't a river at all, but a snake swallowing its own tail? Welcome to the most terrifying glitch in the fabric of the universe, the Bootstrap Paradox. Imagine, for a moment, that humanity has finally cracked the cosmic code. Time travel is no longer a cheap science fiction fantasy. It is a reality now. You happen to be a massive fan of classical music. Your absolute favorite piece in human history is Ludwig van Beethoven's legendary Fifth Symphony. You decide to do what any passionate fan would do. You step into the machine, calibrate the dials, and travel back to the early 19th century. Your destination, Vienna, Austria. Your goal, to meet the Grand Maestro himself and watch him compose his masterpiece. You arrive in Vienna. The cobblestone streets are covered in mist. You find Beethoven's home and knock on the heavy wooden door. It opens, and there he stands, the brilliant, fiery composer. You introduce yourself and eagerly ask to see the sheet music for the Fifth Symphony. But Beethoven just stares at you with a blank, confused expression. He walks over to his dusty wooden piano. There is no sheet music. There are no notes. He confesses that he has been completely out of inspiration for months. He has absolutely no idea what the Fifth Symphony is, and he has never even thought of that famous melody. Panic sets in. Your heart drops. By traveling back in time, have you accidentally erased the greatest piece of music ever written? Desperate to save history, you remember something. Before you left your own time, you bought a complete book of Beethoven's sheet music from a local bookstore. You quickly reach into your bag, pull out the pristine, modern book of sheet music, and hand it to Beethoven. He opens the pages. His eyes widen in absolute amazement. He reads the notes, marvels at the genius of the composition, and immediately begins to copy the music down onto his own parchment. A few months later, Beethoven publishes the Fifth Symphony under his own name. It becomes a massive, historic success. The music survives through the centuries. Fast forward a few hundred years. A publisher prints that exact same sheet music. A bookstore sells it, and eventually, you walk into that bookstore, buy the book, and take it back in time to give it to Beethoven. History is saved. The timeline is perfectly intact. Everything makes sense, right? But wait, stop the timeline. Ask yourself the one mind-bending question that makes physicists lose their sleep. Who actually wrote the Fifth Symphony? Think about it. Beethoven didn't write it. He copied it from the book you gave him. But you didn't write it either. You just bought the book from a store in the future. And the bookstore only had it because history recorded Beethoven as the composer. The sheet music, the melody, the sheer genius of the Fifth Symphony exists, but it has no origin. It was never created. It simply loops through time, over and over again. The information was born out of absolute nothingness. Theoretical physicists call this an ontological paradox, or the Bootstrap Paradox. It is a massive error in the logic of the universe. According to the laws of thermodynamics, matter and energy cannot be created from nothing. But what about information? Can a thought, a song, or a physical object exist without ever being invented? If the universe allows this kind of temporal loop, then the concept of cause and effect is entirely an illusion. Cause does not always precede effect. Perhaps the future can create the past. Are we living in a timeline that has been overwritten a million times, stuck in an endless cosmic theater with no beginning and no end? In a universe where time is broken, reality is whatever the loop dictates. To decode more of the universe's most terrifying glitches, keep your eyes on the stars and stay with the paradoxum.